So I'm up at what time is it? It's probably 3:10 a.m. and I'm up. Been up since 1, and something happened last night. Well, yeah, technically in the same night or whatever, but before 12 a.m. basically. So I was home with my both my children, and I fell asleep. I was in the couch and I just fell asleep. Cause anybody knows my house know that once you're in my couch, you're bound to fall asleep. But anyways, yeah. So I fell asleep and I didn't wake up until I heard my daughter like making little crying sounds. So I jumped out of my sleep and I realized it was hella late and I fell asleep and I know my son took a shower, but I didn't clean my daughter up, and I had given both of them food before I fell asleep, but I was supposed to give my son something else because he's been eating more. But anyways, the point I want to make is when I woke up, my son put my daughter to bed, put her in her bed, and he went in my room and he laid on my bed till he fell asleep. And because he knows I don't like him sleeping in my couch. So he did that, and it made me realize that despite the fact, like, I've been complaining so much these past days because one, I am exhausted. I am because I fell asleep in the couch. Obviously, I am exhausted. I am exhausted. I am beyond exhausted. I am tired mentally, physically, not spiritually or emotionally, but I'm just tired. Like, being a single parent was just not a dream of mine, and I feel like sometimes I beat myself up for being a single parent twice, and that adds to my exhaustion. And I also complain a lot. Like, I've been complaining a lot lately about my children, and it just seems like um, I've been feeling so overwhelmed by them just being kids, them just being in the stage that they're at and just being kids. And it gets exhausting, but I really have to be thankful, you know, for the things that I do implement on a day-to-day basis to ensure that in a situation like where I was in my couch and I just fell asleep, and my son just took it up on himself to be the responsible big brother, take the baby up, put her in her bed, even though he doesn't know to change a diaper or clean her or whatever. But he did take her to my room because she sleeps in my room. Put her in her bed and went in there and laid in my bed so he can be there with her. And he didn't wake me up or none of that. You know what I mean? And I'm just grateful. I'm just thankful because, like, that's just very responsible of him. And I know I complain about my son, especially a whole lot because he really just does things that boys does, and he has a ton load of extra energy. And he's been stepping up to the plate. He really has been stepping up to the plate, and it just gave me hope today. That's what I got. It gave me hope, and I realized that life isn't so bad after all. um there really are people in your life that wants to be there for you, and I know my son he tries to to be good. At least he tries to be good, but I don't think he can help himself because he be doing some bad shit. He been doing like just some crazy shit, throwing ice on the floor and walking on it, like just silly things like that. And I'm just blown out of my mind because I'm like, dude, why would you even do that? Like, tell me why you doing that? And he's like, I don't know. And I think he really does not know, but that's just what he does. And but I'm really thankful today. Like, my son really steps up to the plate. Like, took his sister up and took her to her bed. Both of them was in there sleeping, and I think she might have gotten a bit hungry because um, she'll do that sometimes from time to time. Like in the night, she'll get hungry or whatever, and she hasn't been eating a lot lately. So I think that's just that. But point of the matter is, I love my kids, man, and I love that I get to be in an atmosphere where I can provide for my kids and protect my kids, you know? And life is just good, man. Despite every little hiccup, every little hiccup in life, life is just good, and you got to embrace that. You got to embrace the smallest things that God blesses you with, because like if my son hadn't did that, I would not have gotten that rest that I had needed, because I would have to wake up sooner or later, you know. I would just been like a 5 minute or 10 minute nap because my daughter would come banging on my face or something. So, you know, just the small things, it allowed me to get like a few hours in, and I feel a bit more energized now. They're both in bed. I went in and cleaned my daughter up. I gave her food, and they're both back to sleep. And I really had to just really hug and kiss my son because, you know, you did a good job, boy. And man, I love my children. And I just love God for keeping me in the palm of his hands, man. Like he just blesses me so much, like every day, like my blessings just keep coming, keep coming. And it's really these smallest blessings that just make me feel so like a overwhelming happiness. Like I feel like, wow, God, like you just really be showing up and showing out. You know what I mean? I appreciate the bigger blessings too, but these small ones, they hit hard, you know? So, yeah, that's just my little piece and my little hope for other single parents. Single parenthood is not a dream for anyone. Like, I don't think anyone just wakes up and be like, oh, I just want to have a child and just raise it on my own, not have no help, not have nobody around me, just do it all on my own. But hey, I do it, you know, and it becomes exhausting, but it also is fulfilling, you know, and you have got to be grateful for every single thing. You got to look at it. You got to think like there's married couples out here that wants to have children and they're just not able to for whatever reason. They're not able to. And there are people out here that are single that just living and they don't have a reason, they don't have a clue, they don't have nothing. They just out here living, just doing what they doing just to get by to the next day. So, you know, it's just like small things like that. Yes, there are families out here that the mom and dad is in the household and they living together and they doing their thing and they look so happy and so good, and you wish that was your life. But like, live your life and be thankful for your life for what it is. Don't ever look at nobody else's life and feel like, damn, that could have been me. But be thankful for the life that you have and live it in its fullness. Live your life in its fullness and just never have any regrets. Like when you find yourself beating yourself up about, oh, I'm a single parent, oh, I didn't do this at that time and I could have done it, this, that. No, get to it now. Work on the things that you want now. If you never had it before, work on it now. Now is the time, and just be grateful for what you have right now. Be grateful for the lessons that you have learned. Make sure that you are actually learning lessons so you don't have to be a single parent again. So you don't have to be repeating these vicious cycles in your life. Be careful that, be sure that you are learning. Because there's a song from the songwriter, Jonathan McReynolds, and it's called Cycles, and I absolutely love this song. I absolutely love it. And the part that sticks out to me the most is the part where he says, the devil learns from your mistakes if you don't. And it's it seems simple, but it's deep. Because if the devil throws a frisbee at you and you dodge, then he knows the next time he throws something at you, you're gonna dodge, because that's what you do. Because he knows the things that are your triggers, basically, and he'll use that to keep you in cycles, right? He'll use that to keep you in cycles. So the devil knows that every time I become a single parent, I spaz out, not spaz out, but I basically shut down, and I become hard on myself. I withdraw myself from everyone, and I start doing these things that is just bizarre and crazy to other people, and I start being so hard on myself, being so unforgiving to myself, being like, having so much regrets and feeling some type of way. And so he throws that at me, right? He throws that at me. He even throws the fears of me like having children, because he knows how afraid I am of having more children in a situation where I am going to be a single parent to them again. So he knows your triggers, and he'll pull that trigger every time, baby. So the lesson in it is to make sure you're learning every time. Like, make sure you're making these mistakes, but you're writing your mistakes. So stop making these mistakes over and over. Stop allowing the devil to keep you in cycles. You deserve way better, and you deserve a fulfilling and a fitting life the way God wants you to have it. Right? So be good to yourself. Go for your dreams. Find love. Be in healthy kind of love. Love on your kids. Love on your family. Love on the people that are in your life, that loves you. And just be good to yourself, man. More than anything else, be good to you. Once you're good to you, you'll be good to anybody else that comes around you, and you won't expect anything. You won't be in the expecting seat or the taking seat. So just be good to yourself, man. First and foremost. Lastly, be good to yourself and love you wholeheartedly. Ta.